How's it going on this Sunday morning? So where were we at? We talked about Mount St. Helens blowing up. And I really don't have any more memories from Tacoma that I can remember. So we'll fast forward just a little bit. And my dad either quit his job or resigned or something. Something happened. But anyway, we moved back down to my aunt's house in Battleground, Washington. And we lived there for a little while, and some family shit happened. So we ended up moving out. We moved out to Hazeldale. Now, Hazeldale is where I learned about life and death. I talked about our border collie, Daisy. And we got her in Texas, and she went with my sister when we came back from Texas. She flew back on the plane with Cherie. And we had her, in Tacoma. And then we moved out to Hazeldale after we left my aunt's house. Now this place, I remember one of the big things is a 2-story house, and Cherie had the room upstairs, and you went up the stairs, and there was like a little playroom around the stairs. Sorry about that. But there's a playroom around the stairs there with some bookshelves. And then Cherie had her room upstairs. And I remember it had like office carpet. It was blue. It was a real like royal blue color. It was weird. But also, outside, like I said, it had the big willow tree out front. A huge willow tree. And out behind it, we had a little bit of acreage there. Now, mind you, my parents never bought anything. We always rented. I'm not sure why, but we always rented. I think the new house in Texas, I think my parents had bought. But other than that, I don't think they bought a home until later on in life. So, anyway, it had a little barn out there. I'll explain why I remember the barn so much. But I remember I got this little plastic dump truck. It was like a Tonka truck, but it was plastic. And on the box, when I got it, it said indestructible, which was a challenge for me. It was definitely a challenge. So I did everything, put big rocks in it and whatnot. It came back for more. Until I decided to rig up a jump at these stairs. And I jumped it down the stairs and broke the bed on it. Because I was that good. Because it had to be broke. Because it said it couldn't be. So I did that. And it was also here, we went to a yard sale. My mom liked going to yard sales. And I found a 45 vinyl record. For you people that don't know, it used to come on vinyl. But it was AC/DC's Let's Get It Up, and the B-side was Snowblind. And for some reason, I didn't know who AC/DC was. But for some reason, I wanted that record. I have no idea why. I wanted that record. So, I get it, bring it home, play it, loved it. I've loved AC/DC ever since. Ever since I heard Let's Get It Up. So anyway, my loving sister is now remember this is the early '80s, and they were still talking about the backmasking and devil worship on the rock music and stuff. And she put it on the record player and played it backwards and swore there was demons in it and broke the record and threw it away. So anyway, but still, I still had the song in my head, so there was no getting it out at that point. I was into heavy metal music from then on, or rock music, wherever you want to classify AC/DC. So anyway, yeah. So I think that started the major chivalry rivalry, however you say that. But anyway, some weird things that went on in that house too. Cherie swore that the upstairs was haunted, and little memories here and there. Yeah, maybe there might have been something in that house. I don't know. But the neighbor. Well, let's get done with that. I'm not sure if there was something in that house, but Cherie swore up and down there was something in that attic with her. She swore up and down about it. And I mean, you get a weird feeling every once in a while when you went up in that attic, or not attic, but upstairs. And, yeah, I never saw anything, but yeah, I can remember that kind of odd feelings. That was the house on 20th. And, we'll get to where I learned about life and death. The neighbor's dog, I can't remember what kind of dog. It was a little dog, medium sized maybe. But it had got rabies or distemper, I can't remember. But it was sick. And at that point in time, if your dog was sick, you just took it out and shot it. I remember he must have shot that dog 4 or 5 times with a .22 before he killed the poor dog. And, you know, the dog was sick. I don't know why he just didn't walk up behind it and plug it in the head once. But anyway, that was a little traumatic for me because I'd never really been. We had a puppy that died because a garage door got on its head, but really wasn't like that. And then our dog Daisy, she got pregnant from a neighborhood dog somewhere, and when she gave birth, the litter was literally 10 boy dogs and 10 girl dogs, 50-50. So we had 20 puppies. And puppies were probably 3 or 4 weeks old, maybe. And where the house sat, it was right at the crest of a hill. Well, she was out in the road, got killed. Love that dog. Cried forever, you know, as a kid. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me. You know, and realized that animals die. So we had to feed these puppies. She had them out there in the little barn out there, and we had to feed these puppies, keep them alive. And then Dad was working for, I think he was working for Dutchie's Auto Parts at that time. But Cherie went up with the puppies to the parts store to get the puppies away. And this woman came up and said, "Oh, well, I want a puppy." And she got this little puppy, and she took it home. Well, about 2 days later, she came back, had to give the puppy back. And the puppy had been groomed and had a little bow in its hair and smelled good and probably never left the woman's arms. Well, she said that her significant other thought that she loved the puppy more than him, so she had to get rid of the puppy. I don't know why she didn't get rid of the asshole, because he's an asshole. But whatever. But anyway, she had to bring the puppy back, and I remember that. I think I was actually at the store that day with her trying to get rid of the puppies. But yeah, this woman definitely loved this dog, and this a-hole didn't want her to have it. So she had to give the puppy back. And I remember the woman crying about it when she gave the puppy back. It is real shitty. See what else happened over there at Hazeldale? Not much really. I mean, it was an older house and maybe we had a ghost, dogs died. But from there we moved over to 94th. And 94th is when my better memories start coming in. So I'll probably get more detail on the next few, because we moved into 94th. I start my memory's better from that on. So if these stories have been a little vague, I apologize. But yeah, that was Hazeldale. It wasn't really overly exciting. You know, I got to learn that, you know, dogs die and how hard it is to lose an animal. I got to see my first willow tree that I remember. Got to antagonize my sister some. She antagonized me too. And I learned who AC/DC was. And like I said, even to this day, I don't know why I wanted that record. But something told me I wanted that record, so I got that record. So, anyway, we'll put out another one tomorrow on, we'll talk about when I met one of my first best friends. And, over there on 94th. Yeah, so be looking for another one Monday. So we'll see y'all later. Take it easy.